What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about each and every one of the new players added today in College Football 25 Ultimate Team, as well as the update to the store rush in College Football 25 Ultimate Team. So here you guys can see Nightmares Fantasy Packs, as well as the new college football packs as well. So we got a ton of new content today in the game. And some people say, Ty, this isn't content, all of these types of things. Well, look, I kind of get it and I understand it. But at the end of the day, hey, I'll take all of these new players into the game because a couple of things. Number one, this should drive down the prices in the auction house. And number two, it should, as I get Todd Gurley. Season 1 Todd Gurley is crazy. But a lot of people do like opening up these packs as well. Again, do I necessarily recommend it? Probably not, honestly. Especially, a lot of these packs. But it is good for the game, in my opinion, as it will drive down prices. Now, one thing I would do today, if you log on to the game, buy this thing for 100 coins. Now, I'll explain why here in a second. But this is basically free coins in this game, guys. You're going to get 2 players that you can quick sell for a bunch of coins in this game. So here, you guys can see this card goes for 4,000 coins. Obviously, and when you buy this for 100 coins and you can quick sell these cards for what you can, it is definitely a must do in this game. So buy that for 100 coins and you are going to notice your coins go way up. There is another one available here. Obviously, you can buy 10 different ones. I'm not going to buy these. They're 1,100 points. I don't know if they're worth it after that first initial step, but you guys can see if it works for you. Also, Rush Offensive Trench Pack. You guys can see the odds of this thing. These things are probably good if you are, really looking to help build your squad from the ground up. They are all B&D players, which I really don't love. Here for 47,000 coins or 990 points, you can open this thing up. Contagion choice of 3 of 5, 90 plus overall BND CFP players. May contain season 4 players. You have a 27% chance to pull a 94 plus rated player as well. Now again, are those worth it? Are they not worth it? That is totally up to you. I'll open one just for you guys because I love you, so you guys can see exactly what does come out of these rush packs, or what they do look like. And then we'll break down all of the new cards that did come today. I love Hassanine. I think I've already got the card, though. I think he's already on my squad, so it's going to be tough for him to play. But here's kind of what you're looking at. You get 3 picks out of this thing. Again, none of these guys probably are going to play a whole ton for me. So I guess I'll choose these cards and move forward. I did get a 92 overall that I like. But the problem with these cards, again, they are BND cards. And it's really tough to, in my opinion, say that they ultimately are worth opening or ultimately are worth it. So that's just kind of my personal opinion on things. A lot of people have wondered, Ty, should you open this for 26,000 coins? I mean, you can. Like, you can open up these level packs. If you do want to open them up, I'd open them up sooner rather than later because as time goes on, these cards are going to become less and less valuable. At the end of the day, though, guys, you just can't really expect to pull a ton of cards from them. So if you happen to get a good card or two from these level packs, you're blessed. Like for me, I just pulled Chris Johnson. That's blessed. 93 overall Chris Johnson for the amount of coins I spent is super, super, super blessed. And again, he's going to be my backup running back. So I'll take that every single day of the week. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. Are these new cards any good? Are they worth you guys picking up? Let's start today with the Nightmares drop. Now again, the market gonna go down a ton later today as we do get into this thing. New Nightmares cards, 89 overall Ozzy. It's where we're starting it off today. 90 strength, solid in pass protection, decent run blocker, but a way better pass blocker in my opinion than run blocker. Just a solid overall card. Can't really hate too much on Ozzy. If you need a right tackle, he's fine. Don't love the card, but he is fine. Then we see a strong safety, Yam Banks. 89 speed, 90 acceleration, good in zone coverage, bad in man coverage, 87 change of direction. If you do play zone coverage, not the worst card. 89 speed at this stage of the game is pretty troll, though. David Gusta up next, Washington State Wazoo. 82 speed, 81 acceleration. Block shed's not great, not going to get after the quarterback. This card stinks. Like, he stinks. If you're running that card, seek help. Like, that card absolutely stinks. Shamar Stewart up next, 85 speed, 90 acceleration, gets after the quarterback with the best of them. Block shed stinks, but again, he is going to get after the quarterback at a pretty high level. Next up, we see Josh Grabkowski from Nevada. 90 strength, not a great pass blocker, better run blocker than pass blocker, not a great right guard, in my opinion. Next up, we do see the wide receiver, Caden Lee from Ole Miss, another Ole Miss player. Pair him up with, the Jaxson Dart card that we'll talk about later, and we'll see exactly what the cards look like. 89 speed, decent route runner, decent change of direction, spin move, juke move, stink. Caden Lee stinks as well. Like, so far, these 89s do not impress me. Overall, I think that most of them stink. Aranda Gadsden II. I love this guy. Now why? He helped me win my fantasy football league. Him and Ollie Gordon. Ollie wasn't that great, but carried me to a big time win. Now, it's weird. This card is 95 run blocking. Weird to me because, like, I didn't, he caught a lot of passes. So it's weird that his run blocking is so high. So if you need a tight end to run block, Gadsden is going to be an absolute stud on this game. So I just want to make that clear for you guys. But he still can catch the football, 89 speed, decent route runner, not great. He's more of a run blocker than anything else, but I might pick him up specifically for that. 95 run blocking is crazy. Andrew up next. Run stopper from Rice, 88 speed, good acceleration, great block shed at a 95. Again, his zone coverage stinks, change direction stinks. So he really is a run stopper. Outside of that, not going to do a whole ton on the field for you guys. Again, in coverage stinks. But if you need a guy to stop the run, he is going to be that man. Gavin Gerhard up next from Cincy, 90 strength. Okay card, not a center I love, but he's a pretty balanced center, so do what you guys got to do if you do want to ultimately run that card. Now Clay Webb is going to be free. Okay, Goals Gambit round 3, you can get a free Clay Webb. I really like this card if you like to run the football. Way better run blocker than pass blocker. But again, if you grind, the round 3 of the Goals Gambit, you'll get Clay Webb for absolutely free. It was a solid left guard in this game. Mason Fletcher, he's not what you want out of a punter. Out of a punter, you want somebody with great kick power, not necessarily accuracy. That's not what Fletcher does. I don't love him whatsoever on this game as far as a punter is concerned. Obviously, Matthew McDoom, you can get him in round 2 of the Goals Gambit. Now, let's heat things up a little bit. 94 overalls. Gabriel Taylor, kind of saw a little bit of this card last night. 5'10", 94 speed, 92 acceleration, 97 man coverage, 88 change of direction. If you play a lot of man coverage, Gabriel Taylor is a stud of a strong safety on this game. However, if you don't play strictly man coverage, you just need an all-around strong safety. I think there's better cards than Gabriel Taylor is concerned. Jake Golday up next, 90 speed, 92 acceleration, really good block shed. Thing about this card is he's not going to play the pass that well. His block shed isn't that high. He's just a great tackler. And pursuit is incredible as well. I don't like that card though. I don't. Those are not the stats that I'm really looking for at that outside linebacker position. Then we see LTD Jaxson Dart here from Ole Miss. 90 speed, good accuracy stats, 74 carrying, can't spin, can't juke, and his throw accuracy says 83. General booty walk circles around Jaxson Dart. This card is not worth buying. Now again, he's probably going to be crazy overpriced, but this card is not worth buying today. So out of the Nightmare set, not super high on a lot of cards. I would say if you need a strong safety that plays the best man coverage in the game, Gabriel Taylor's good. If you need a tight end to block, I like Gadsden. That's really all I've got out of the Nightmare set. Now, let's head to the college football playoff cards that did come out today as well that you guys could look to add to your specific squads. Let's start it off here with Halton, Grayson Halton, 92 overall. Is this our lowest card today? For some reason, it doesn't feel like that should be, but I think he is our lowest card today. He is. Lowest CFP cards are 92 overalls, 89 speed, 85 acceleration, good block shed, gets after the quarterback. I love this card. I love it. For a 92 overall, this card's a beast. Defensive tackle with an 89 speed, good strength, good block shed, good at getting after the quarterback. There's no flaws in Halton. An absolute stud that should not be expensive whatsoever. Bailey Dispaney up next, 6'1", strong safety, 92 speed, 93 acceleration, great coverage, 90 change direction, no flaws in this card either. 92 overall Bailey is a stud on this game. And again, a lot of these cards you can get as BND cards, and they can play forever. Then we see a tight end with 93 speed, great route running, I mean, just a stud of a tight end on this game is Kendall Carr. If you do not want a opposite of Gadsden, but if you want a specific receiving tight end in this game, this card might be one of your best tight ends on this game. I mean, genuinely, Kyle Pitts is going to run routes better than him for sure. But as far as a speed standpoint, he is the fastest tight end we have in the game. So take it for what it's worth. But the fastest tight end in the game is Kendall Carr, who again is a stud of a tight end if you do want one to be a receiving tight end. The cards we saw last night, John Campbell Jr., good strength, good pass blocker, decent run blocker, a beast of a right tackle. Can't sit here and say anything negative about John Campbell Jr. Ollie Gordon II, wish he wasn't a power back, but power back, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, good truck, great break tackle, good spin, good juke. He's a solid power back. Sad part is he's a power back, so he's going to run weird. But again, Ollie can definitely play a little bit on this game. Can't hate on the card too much whatsoever. Collin Clay up next, defensive tackle, is a beast. I mean, the only problem really is the speed acceleration I wish was a little bit higher. But good block shed, going to get after the quarterback. But is it crazy to say, and hear me out, is it crazy to say that this defensive tackle in Halton is just as good as Collin Clay? I'd argue he is. Again, a lot of people are going to maybe disagree, but I'd argue Halton is just as good as Collin Clay. That would be my argument. Matt Jones up next, field general, middle linebacker, 89 speed, 88 acceleration, good hit power, good block shed, good zone coverage, great change of direction. One of your best middle linebackers in the entire game. Now, I know his 89 speed doesn't impress people too much, but when you combine that with the 89 change of direction, I mean, you've got to talk about Matt Jones as being one of the better middle linebackers in the entire game because it's rare to see people with that high of change of direction. You know, power echoes, change of direction. I'm trying to find it here. 88, so obviously power echoes is really good, but Matt Jones is way taller at 6'3". So again, I think Matt Jones is nearly just as good as every middle linebacker not named Danny Stutzman, because Danny Stutzman is just too fast and too tall. He's got to be hyped up. Derrick Canteen up next, slot corner, 93 speed, 92 acceleration, good man coverage, solid zone coverage, 91 change of direction. He's fine at the corner, just undersized, 5'11", not one of my favorite corners in the game overall. Diego Pounds up next, left tackle from Ole Miss, 95 strength, good pass blocker. Just a solid card, solid pass protector on this game. Can't hate too much on the card, but just another offensive lineman that is going to be a better pass blocker than run blocker. Cam Jackson, another defensive tackle, 86 speed, 85 acceleration, my fault. 94 block shed, really high. Going to get after the quarterback. I like Cam Jackson quite a bit more than the other defensive tackle at the 94 overall. Just because, again, his block shed's higher. He's going to, get after the quarterback because his speed's a little bit higher. I like Cam Jackson way more than Collin Clay on this game. Next up, Davis Warren. I mean, look. I don't know why we're getting a Davis Warren card on this game. It makes no sense to me, but let's talk about it. He's got 65 throw accuracy. Yikes is all I can really say about the card. That's not great. Good speed, accuracy stats on this game are good, but the hit and throw accuracy stat isn't great. 85 carrying is a little bit better. He's not great, though. Davis Warren is not a quarterback I'd ever run unless you get the card for free. Then obviously it really depends on where your squad is at. Elijah Badger, last night we saw his speed at a 91. It did not get updated at the time I'm recording this video. Yes, his spin move, juke move is good. His change of direction, solid. But we're looking at a wide receiver with 91 speed at this stage of the game. I'm sorry. I'm out on Elijah Badger. I'm out on him. You guys can be in on him. If you like the card, do what you got to do. I'm out. Deontae Lawson, last card that we're going to go over and talk about today. Actually, not quite, but basically the last card. 91 speed, 88 acceleration, good strength, solid tackler, good block shed, decent zone coverage. See, the 87 change of direction is nice. Is this card your best middle linebacker in the game? I think it's close. I don't know. The 86 block shed to me leaves a little bit to be desired, but I think it's close. Lawson is definitely up there at that middle linebacker position for sure. One of your better cards that you can run. Good in zone coverage, good change of direction. It ultimately is going to be tough to beat what Lawson does provide on the field. Last card that I do want to go over is the new rush card in the 85 overall outside linebacker from Nebraska. Again, last card we're going to cover today is Gbayor. Let's see. 91 speed, 95 strength, good power move, good block shed. See, 85 change of direction, and an 84 zone coverage. Really solid card. Not a ton of bad things I can say about him. The only thing I would say is compared to Kyle Van Noy, I don't know if he's better. genuinely, like, if you look at memorize these stats, pause the video, take a screenshot, okay? So he's got a 90 block shed, gets after the quarterback, decent speed, decent acceleration. Obviously, change of directions, okay at an 85. But compare those stats that I just went over to this card right here in Kyle Van Noy. Because this is the one thing I would say is, like, I think Kyle Van Noy is better. And I have Van Noy, so I'll vouch for him. But I think the card's better. He's faster. He's going to get after the quarterback just as well. If you're talking about playing zone coverage, Van Noy's going to be better. So I'm just throwing it out there for you guys that I don't necessarily love Gbayor at all. So that's where I'm at as far as today's drop. We should see a lot of last week's Nightmares cards or even the college football playoff cards go slightly down in price. So that is something that I'm obviously looking at today, are what are the prices of some of these Nightmare cards. I might record a video a little bit later today talking about which of these cards could be worth picking up for their specific prices, like a Bray Hubbard, for example, like a Casey. Some of these types of cards, again, as far as their prices are concerned, probably are going to come down a ton. Same thing with the college football playoff cards. You know, some of these cards from last week might go down, like Wiggins, like Algier, even a DK Metcalf. These are cards that I might like, but I think will go down slightly in price today. So that's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.